What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I am No Spoon, and today we're going to talk about how to remain the new identity in the face of the old reality. Right? Let me get something really clear first. You are not making anything happen out there in the 3D. The 3D can't offer you anything about your new story, about you and your SP, about you and your new money situation, or whatever it is that you desire, want to shift into. You are not changing anything out here. This is the old story, right? So the more that you try and take validation from the 3D, the more you don't understand it. You don't understand how reality works. Reality works as within, so without. Not as without, so within. So the more you try and take validation from the 3D, you are saying, I have not internally changed. I need to see it out here. I need to see proof of it out here to let me know that I have changed. And it's never going to work that way. Right? So all you are doing with manifestation, we are not changing anything. We are shifting to the version of ourselves who is already experiencing that reality that we wish to experience. Everything is identity. Everything manifests as you. So when you are giving your power to something outside of you, it is the law of pretty much whatever you say goes, whatever you believe to be true. So if you give your power to something out there and you believe it works, then it works for you. But why can't you just understand that everything is coming from you? All you have to do is turn it towards self. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. Understand that you are experiencing you through every single person, every single circumstance, every single situation that you could think of. So turn it towards self. Become in love with yourself. Make yourself the best person, the most elite version of yourself possible. And then every single desire that you have will treat you that way. Money treats you the way that you treat yourself, the way you see yourself. Your business, how many clients you get, treats you the same way that you see yourself. Your SP and you are one. That is you. You are only seeing your SP in the identity and perception that you have towards yourself. So turn it towards self. Make yourself the prize. Make yourself number one in your reality. You are all that is in your reality. So why would you give your power to something out there, right? All we have is now. Every single version of yourself that could ever exist exists right here and now. So all we are doing is shifting to the version of ourselves who already has it. So if you claim to be a new, and then you're going about your day, and then something in the 3D opposes that story that you have claimed, that you want to experience being in a relationship with your SP. But then out here in the 3D, they start ghosting you, or you see that they get a 3P or anything like that. How you respond to that lets you know if you are the new person or if you are back in the old story or not. Somebody who has truly changed would see that and go, doesn't matter, that has nothing to do with me. Anyway, I already know me and my SP are happily married. Doesn't matter, throw more shit. Doesn't matter, it's the old story, it's the wrong story to confirm what I see internally, what I identify as. If you get triggered by something in the 3D that is opposing your story, you are saying, I feel like that is true about me. So I am letting it stir me up. And it doesn't matter if you get stirred up with emotions. It matters the definition that you give to that emotion. Oh, you start feeling anxious. You go, oh, that means that they don't love that. That means they don't want me. That must mean that I'm not good enough for them. That means this. You can identify and put a definition to anything that you want. You can tell your reality exactly how you want it to go, how easy things are, what you know, what shows up in your life, what doesn't show up in your life. You get to tell it exactly how it goes. And yet we have so much faith, such conviction in the bullshit and the negative things. Like such a knowing, just like, yes, I know it. Like I know it. I don't have to do a technique to stay into the state. I don't have to question if I'm stabilizing myself correctly. I just know that this is the way, and it's negative and it's bullshit and it never works out for me, and things are hard, and I got to go through a process to get through these things, and I'm never chosen in relationships. I just know this is who I am, and I don't have any proof out here, but this is who I am. But God forbid we say something good and positive about ourselves. You start saying something positive about yourselves, you get people being like, am I doing this right? I don't know. Am I doing this right? What technique can I use to make sure I stay in the state? You didn't worry about staying in the state when you said, my life sucks and I hate myself. You just gave yourself the bullshit with conviction and you moved it on. You kept moving. So flip it in the other direction. It's really not that hard. We got to stop overcomplicating this shit with all the techniques and rituals and tarot readings and all that stuff. I'm not saying that stuff is bad. If you believe it to be true, then it will be true for you. If you believe tarot works for you, then sure, then it works for you. But I'm saying you don't have to. It is you giving the power. You are the one doing it. If you didn't have your belief in tarot or this ritual of you burning a candle on a fucking full moon or whatever, it wouldn't work for you. It takes you to believe for these things to work. So why can't you just turn it towards self and believe in yourself and understand you have every single thing that you could ever want already existing within you? All you have to do is turn your awareness towards having it before you see it out here, not needing the mirror to show you that you have changed. Usually, I have said this in another video before, whenever you start claiming this new identity, I'm chosen, I'm a top priority, money is easy to come by, my business is booming, whatever it is, usually the first reflection after the old story reflects to you, the first new reflection you see in the 3D looks exactly the same as the old story. Reality is trying to not test you, but make you foolproof and kind of call you on your word of like, are you the new identity? Let's show you the same exact situation, see how you react to it. If you react as the new person in the face of the old identity, of the old reality, of the old story, then you start seeing things progress. Then you start seeing things materialize. You start seeing people come your way. Doors and opportunities start opening. But you can't say you have truly changed when, your SP doesn't text you back and then you freak out and you spiral. Is that the person, is that the identity who is married to your SP freaking out if they don't text back in 4 hours or a day or a couple days? No. You can give it any meaning you want. Oh yeah, they're probably busy. They're probably busy with work or whatever. But you immediately go to, oh, they don't like me. They don't want anything to do with me. And so what happens? You experience just that. Flawlessly, perfectly. You are a master creator. You are a master manifester. You've been doing this your entire life. But you've been giving yourself negative things, negative circumstances, negative qualities about yourself. And you're doing it perfectly, just like a reporter. Just, this is this way, and this is this way, and I always experience this way, and this is how it's always happened. Boom. You get that shit printed right back out to you, and then you experience it. And then you see it again, and you go, oh, I knew it. It's always that way, and you reaffirm it again. So we are cutting the cycle. Separate yourself from the 3D, even though it is not separate. It is just a reflection of you. But we experience time lag in the 3D, space and time. We experience time lag. So sometimes it will look like nothing is happening. But I'm telling you, the moment that you claim something, everything is happening. The entire world is shifting to make that your experience from your perspective. See, from my perspective, it's completely different. In my perspective, in my reality, I am all that is, and I get to narrate and perceive everything as I see fit, and I will experience just that. You're not going to experience the same thing in your reality. You have different beliefs. You were brought up a different way. You have different perceptions, and you see things completely differently. But the beauty is you have infinite perception, infinite intelligence within you. So you are able to literally call it as you see it, and you will experience just that. Stop giving your power away to things outside of you. You were saying that thing is more important than me. That thing is, I believe in that thing more than myself. When everything is coming from you, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I used to be this way. Like I went through every single technique that you can think of. I went through repeating affirmations 50,000 times. And what happened? Right? I gave my power outside to something outside of myself, like an affirmation. And I affirmed so many times that this thing came in. And once it came in, I was like, oh, cool. We got it. And I stopped affirming and I let go of the reins. And then that thing left just as quickly as it came, because I was not the identity who would experience that. It was not normal for me to experience that. I just forced myself into an awareness and it came in. But then when I let it go, the old story that I used to have of, I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy for X, Y, and Z, it's not going to sustain any sort of desire. If you don't feel like you're worthy enough, or you don't feel like you deserve it, or you don't feel like you're the prize, or that you are all that is, and that everything comes from you, and you think this thing is separate from you, it's going to leave. It's not sustainable. So turn it towards self every time. Everything is coming from you. Everything is coming from you. All right? Don't overcomplicate this. You got this. I think that's it for me. If you guys want to work with me, link is in the description. I really appreciate y'all. This is No Spoon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.